What's good, gang? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a mukbang story time. I thought of this funny story from a time that I had went out with my peoples or whatever, and back when we used to go clubbing heavy or whatever, and it was this crazy situation outside the club. So, but before I get into this story, guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell so you'll be the first to know, not the last, every time I drop a video. And hit that like button because, like get my algorithm going, and share my shit because I'm doing this for y'all. Now that we got that out the way, today's mukbang, I'm going to be eating Chinese takeout, you know what I mean? I got me some house fried special rice. I got me some water. And I got me some shrimp rolls, you know what I mean? And then I got me some, it's like Crystal Light or whatever, but it's like a Sunkist juice drink mix or whatever to put in my water so, the water don't be bland. And various duck sauces because I'm definitely going to need my duck sauce. And this is what my rice look like. I should be eating this with a bowl, but I'm going to eat it right out the carton for y'all. That's good. That's fresh. We're going to open this water up. We're going to drink a little bit because we're going to mix this drink powder and pour it into the water so we can get that flavor going. You know what I mean? And then we're going to put the cap on that and shake it up. That's refreshing, baby. And we're going to try this shrimp round. I got two of these. I'm going to open up one now. That look good. Let's try that. All right, gang. By a show of likes on this video, how many of y'all eat y'all Chinese food with a fork? Hit the like button. If you eat your Chinese food with a spoon, comment down below. I like to eat my Chinese food with a fork because I just feel as though it's easier to pick up, my shrimp and stuff. All right, guys, so let's get into the story, right? All right, so I'm a Philadelphia native, born and raised in Philly, right? So when I was old enough to start going clubbing or whatever, I was 18. I started going clubbing and stuff. I started clubbing regularly. I had a cousin that was a popular DJ or whatever in Philly. And, I was going out with my cousins or whatever, my boys and stuff like that. And so, we used to run the streets, go clubbing like every Friday, every Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? It was this club called Bobby Dances in Philly or whatever. And that was the hot spot for young teenagers or whatever. So, we went there for years. So as time, progressed and went on, I wanted to try to venture out, try new clubs, start going, hanging out with different people and stuff like that, get a whole different club experience, because you don't want to just keep going to the same spots over and over, you know what I'm saying? So, because you ain't going to do nothing but see the same people just in different clothes, same bullshit, same drama, or whatever have you. So, when I turned 21 and I was able to drink, you know what I'm saying, we started going to 21 and up club or whatever. We stopped, going to the teen club. And it was this club called Transit in Philly down Spring Garden Street or whatever. Not too far from Delaware Ave. If you know Philadelphia, then you know this area Then across the street from Transit was a club called Palmer's, which was definitely a popular spot because, I had my times at, Transit, I had my times at Palmer's. It just depends on what I was feeling. It's right across the street. So having said that, this one night, I went out with some of my peoples or whatever. I ain't gonna say no names because I want to protect the identities of folks in this video or whatever, because this is a funny video. And so what happens is, this particular Saturday night, we decided to go to Club Transit. So boom, we fly fresh to death, you know what I'm saying? Haircut, shaved up, got that shit on. We thinking we them people, we the man and stuff like that. We go to Transit, we go in there, and there's a gang of people in there. Like, it's like packed to the capacity. It's hot in there, it's humid, you know what I'm saying? And back in this day, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what it's like, in the clubs now, because I don't really get out like that. But back in this day, people was like dancing in the club. Like, it wasn't too many people standing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple people, we used to call them wallflowers or whatever, but it wasn't really too many people, up against the wall being wallflowers. It was like a lot of people on the dance floor. And if you wanted to, get the attention of certain chicks and stuff, you had to be a dude that know how to move or dance, you know what I'm saying? Because chicks ain't want to see you on the wall at the club or whatever because they thought you was lame, corny, stuff like that. Still to this day, you know what I'm saying, chicks like guys that can dance because you know what girls say about guys that can dance. They think, hey, if this guy can dance, he can move in the bed, you know what I mean? So I was a dancer back in that day, you know what I mean? And, I was out with my peeps or whatever. I'm going to conceal the names or whatever and identities or whatever. So it was these two particular chicks in the club. And, I'm sorry, guys. It was good. But what the hell? This is a mukbang, right? Got to eat. I'm so into the story. All right, so like I was saying, guys, the club was packed. It was crazy. But it was these two particular chicks that was in the club. They had they had, they makeup on or whatever. They was dressed to impress. They had on some real little short, skimpy mini skirts or whatever, the heels or whatever. They was black chicks or whatever. They had the long weave, whatever, eyelashes, all the stuff that girls be wearing today or whatever. But they wasn't like thick or nothing like that, but they had like nice, like athletic type kind of builds or whatever. They had, chest, little bit of butt or whatever, flat stomachs or whatever. They smelled good, and at the time they was looking good. So one of my peeps or whatever just kept on telling me like, yo, look at them two baddies over there. Yo, they crazy. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm going to bag one of them shorties before this night is over. I promise you on God. I was like, yo, go for it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel as though you know what I'm saying, you're going to bag, go ahead and bag. You know what I mean? Because at that time, like, I was in the club and I was always bagging chicks. Always. But this particular homie was like kind of shy. He really wasn't bagging chicks like that. He was just trying to get a feel because he was shy, you know what I'm saying, to holler at chicks. So every time we went out, I had to show him how it was done. So he started building up confidence. So, the club going on or whatever. I'm dancing with girls or whatever. I'm making my way around the club or whatever. My homie or whatever, you know what I'm saying, he started drinking or whatever. And he started getting even more hype talking about the chicks because both of the chicks was eyeing him, but it was this one joint in particular that was eyeing him. And, he was just like, yo, that's the one right there. I'm telling you, yo, she keep looking at me crazy, this, that, and the third. Watch, I'm going to get at her before the night over. I'm like, all right, bet. Well, club about to be over, so you need to make your move or you're going to mess around and miss your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? A closed mouth don't get fed. You feel me? And if you try and get the number, you know what I'm saying, so you can get the cheeks, the time is now. Because when the club over, we try and play the let out so we can see everything else that's up in there, you know what I'm saying, that we couldn't see in the dark, because you already know chicks be looking one way in the dark, but when the club lights come on, when they come outside, them street lights come on, they look like different people. So what happens is, I ended up going outside to get some fresh air. The club had like 45 minutes before it was closing. So I go outside, get some air. There's a couple of people out there, whatever, standing up against the wall, talking to each other. There's a couple of people sitting on the curb or whatever. You know, they tired. They was dancing all night, stuff like that. Some people outside waiting on their peoples to come out because that was their ride to get home. So what happens, my homie came out like a minute or so behind me. He like, yo, where you going? I'm like, yo, I had to come out here and get some air, man. It's hot as shit in there. He was like, yo, man, I'm telling you, dog, I'm about to bag. I was like, all right, well, if you about to bag, then bag, because we about to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? After the let out. So, lo and behold, the two girls came outside the club. So when the two girls came outside the club, I tapped my homie. I'm like, yo, look at the Jones. Like, yo, look like they followed you out here, dog. I'm like, yo, man, I swear to God, if you don't talk to one of these shorties now, I promise you, man, I ain't never gonna say nothing else to you, man, because you're gonna be all cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna be cat. And anything that comes out your mouth, I'm gonna say is cat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna believe nothing you say if you don't do this. He was like, all right, watch, I got this. So what happens is, when the two girls came out, it was two other girls on the corner that they knew, I guess, or whatever. So they walked down over there to them girls. They was talking to them, blase. The two shorties that they was talking to in the corner, they was hot, like they was bad, like certified, thick, built like a brick house, making a stallion type baddies. So I'm saying to my man, I'm like, shit, the hell with them two you like? I'm like, look at them two. I'm like, yo, they crazy. The boy like, nah, I gotta get the one John right there that was staring at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? She was chemistry. He's like, I know that's an easy bag right there. I said, all right, bet. When they get done talking and the Johns come back up here, I'm gonna call them over here, and that's when you make your move. He like, all right, bet, set it up. So the girls start walking in our direction or whatever, and they look like they're about to go back in the club. I was like, damn, shorty, come here, shorties, come here right quick. And the one girl was like, who you talking to, us? I was like, yeah, come here real quick. So they start walking over to us. I'm like, yo, my man want to holler at you or whatever. He's like, who your man want to holler at, me or her? I was like, my man want to holler at you or whatever. I was just like, what's your name? She was like, oh, my name's such and such. I was like, this is my boy such and such. I'm gonna keep the names concealed. So what happens is, the one girl that I introduced, you know, my homie to or whatever, they start talking. So me and the other girl, we standing on the side, we chit-chatting or whatever. And my homie and the girl, they start walking up like kind of halfway up the block talking. So I'm like, yeah, that's my boy. He putting his Mac down. All right, that's crazy. So mind you, I told you I was people sitting on the curb. So there's this one boy sitting on the curb by himself. And he watching them walk up the block. And he looking. And I see him just keep on looking at shit, like looking real weird. Like at the girl. And he like kind of frowning his face up. And he looking back at me. Like kind of looking at me like, yo, dude, like, is something not right or whatever. So I'm just like, I ain't really paying no attention like that, because I ain't want to, you know, say nothing to the dude while the girlfriend was standing next to me or whatever. But he kept giving me the eye and shit, like to look at the girl. So I'm just like, I'm brushing it off. So I'm like, because I don't know this dude, whatever. And I ain't trying to, you know, talk about the girl in front of her friend. So lo and behold, boy, he's still watching him hard. So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe that's somebody shorty that he know in the club, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody he know or something like that or whatever. So what happens is my homie and the girl, like I said, they start walking up the block, and he was talking. Next thing you know, you see my homie grab the girl, like by the waist or whatever, and like kind of pulled her in or whatever. Like he had his hands like kind of like on her butt a little bit, like on her, like grabbing like her waist, like her lower waist, like to where her waist and her butt connect. So he holding her by the waist or whatever, and he talking to her, look like he's saying some old fly shit or whatever. You see the girl smiling, giggling or whatever under the street light. So next thing you know, you see them pull out phones, they exchange numbers. So after they exchange numbers or whatever, I guess they finished saying what they were saying to each other, and they start walking back down towards me and the other girl. I didn't try to talk to the other girl because I didn't want the girl. I wanted one of the other two friends that was at the corner, but I didn't want to, disrespect the shorty that I was standing there in front of, so I wanted to wait till they left so I can go get the other shorty later or whatever. So what happens is, they walking back down the block, both sitting on the curb. He looking, and now he looking extra hard, and I'm just like, damn, dog, like, that's my man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just bagged that, yo, chill, you know what I'm saying? So, as they start walking back down towards us, one of the other girls the two girls that was standing at the corner that they was talking to, they called the girl that was standing next to me to come here for something real quick. So I'm standing there by myself now, next to the bull. And the bull, like, he'd say to me, he was like, yo, dog, man. He was like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, what's crazy? I was like, yeah, my man back that shorty, right? She tough, right? He like, yeah, man, but he's like, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy. And he smiled. He like, dog, that's crazy. I'm like, what's crazy? He was just like, I'll tell you about it. I'm like, all right. So when the girl and my dog get down to me or whatever, she was like, all right, bam. They start kissing, right? She was like, all right, I'm about to go. He like, no, give me one more kiss. So when he leaned in to kiss her again, they was tonguing crazy. I mean, like spit, licking lips, sucking lips, and everything. So I'm like, yo, he about to smash the joint. So while they tonguing, the bull sitting on the curb, he stood up and he came over to me. He tapped me. He was like, yo, dude, look, you don't see that? I was like, see what? He was like, yo, look down. Mind you, the girls had on short minis or whatever. So the girl was shorter than my homie. My homie was taller than the girl, obviously. So when he was tonguing her or whatever, he kind of like, was grabbing on her ass, feeling on her butt and stuff like that. And her dress started rising up in the back. Bruh, a lot of you not. When I looked down, all I saw was helmet tucked. I said, oh shit. The bull looked at me and then looked back at my homie and the girl because he said, oh shit, it's a mine. And he got up and he bust out laughing and I started laughing my ass off. And my homie like, what's so funny? I'm like, yo, you just kissed a nigga. Yo, what's up, man? The joint like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh, you drawing. What do you mean? Like, y'all need to mind y'all business and this, that, and the third. Nobody wasn't talking to you. This between me and him. And that's my homie was like, hold up, bitch. You a man? He said, oh, rumble me. He start motherfucking putting his hands up. Next thing you know, the joint took off her motherfucking shoes. She took off down the block running and shit. This nigga took off down the block running, chasing her and shit. And the girls that was at the corner, they was like, oh my God. The one joint she was with, she took off her shoes and she darted around the corner running. And the other girl, she ran following her. And as she running, her goddamn dress came all the way up to her stomach. All you see is ding-a-ling in the back. Tuck. While she was taking off running. Yo, that had to be the funniest shit ever. Yo, that bull did not hear the end of that shit for me for at least 2 years. Every time we went out and he said something to a girl, or said something to me about a girl, I'm like, oh shit, it's a man. I'm like, oh shit, it's a man. Yo, boy had me dying when he said that shit, because he said it with an accent. You know what I'm saying? He had an accent or whatever. Yo, that was the funniest shit ever, yo. Moral of the story is, man, you go to a club, you have to start checking for Adam's apples. You have to feel all the way around that ass, you know what I'm saying, to make sure ain't nothing tucked up under there, you know what I mean? Because the plumbing ain't what it seemed. And people is good with their makeup and stuff and concealing stuff. So if you're not sure what you're getting yourself into, man, take them somewhere where it's well lit and it got light or whatever. And you know, make sure you know what's going on with your situation before you go tenfold and just dive in. Like, my man was swapping spit with this chick, like she was the baddest joint in the world, but at the end of the day, it was not a chick, it was a man. Yo, it was crazy. But if y'all like this story and y'all want more story time videos, I got a million stories to tell y'all, because I used to live out there in the streets, at the clubs, in various venues and stuff. And oh shit, it's a man. If you like this video, again, subscribe, turn that post notification bell so you can be the first to know, not the last, of every time I drop a video. Hit that like button, because it get my algorithm going, and share my shit, because I'm doing it for y'all. And I will see y'all in the next video. I'm about to finish this food. And that's it right now.